is going on, everybody? 2Bob29 back in the lounge yet again. Make sure to kick back, relax, and grab some snacks. Today we got another character gameplay preview on Sid from the Ice Age. No, it's Raquel Rodriguez of the Judgment Day. Obviously, we got her a little bit early. But yeah, she's a little wonky, to put it kindly. At least the assets are. Anyway, her trainer, black moves start with 2 more MP, and bleed damage, moves and gems that cause bleed damage will do 75% more damage at 35k. She is a trainer, so that's nice. As for the links and gear, she's got the Raw link, the Judgment Day link, the Modern Era link, and I don't even think she has a gear. Not even a regular one. She is a purple, yellow, and black move user, a modern era defensive trickster. I just can't get over this. I just can't get over this. Anyway, we're going to take a look at some move sets, so bear with me as we set it up. Alright, so our first setup that we're going to look at on Raquel is going to be the triple yellow moveset. The corkscrew elbow, 7 MP, 550,000 damage, and make 35 random gems into trap gems. Very simple. If your opponent breaks them, steal 175,000 health. If you break them, you steal 175,000 health. Pretty straightforward there. We also have the 7 MP choke hold, place 10 submission gems, do 550k for 3 turns, and then everything left over turns into leech gems of strength 500k. I believe that this is a typo, and that this is randomly place 10 sub gems, not just place 10 sub gems. And then the snap suplex, another 500k damage, make 35 gems into yellow gems. Hardcore, if your opponent is a technician, deal 500k damage plus an additional 250,000 bonus damage for every trap gem on the board. With 35 of them on the board, it's actually a sizable amount of damage, and you could probably run a trap damage build with her against technicians specifically, but that's not what we're doing here. We're prioritizing the health steal since we get to consistently loop those. So as you can see, another new character that we get this month is Michelle McCool. And Michelle gives 2 starting yellow MP and 100% health steal from moves and gems. So that will count on our trap gems. We also got Shinsuke in here, who does the same exact thing as a coach, and we're bringing in Logan Paul for an extra turn of the sub, not only to drain MP, but to make our opponents break more trap gems. So, going to be an interesting one here. The strap for this one, we're going to stick with our 150 and our tier 6s. I don't have any skill plates that I really want to showcase here. I don't think that they're really worth it. You can do like the sub plate and the yellow gem damage and stuff, but who cares really? It's not that much. Anyway, let's check it out against Jade Cargill and see how it goes. I'm thinking it might take us a couple of rotations, but who knows? Let's see. So let's go ahead with our trap move, and let's go ahead with our sub. So there you go, there's the chokehold. There's the random sub like I thought. And we're going to drain a lot of MP and health out of Jade. And then we got to take our turn here and make the board into yellow gems. This is going to be a pretty solid hit because we're breaking so much stuff. There you go, 22 mils. So like not crazy great, but also not horrible. Pretty decent. Alright, so switching up the moveset. Entirely, actually. We have the 7 MP running clothesline, choose 8 gems to make it to purple. The 9 MP jumping splash, 600k damage, and make 9 random gems into 2 turn juggernaut gems that steal 1,000,000 health, and then 7 random gems into black gems at the end of the juggernaut. If the opponent generated at least 1 leech gems, deal 500k, steal all the leech gems, and steal the turn. And the powerbomb finisher, deal 2 million damage, decrease your jug gems by 2 turns, and then you pin the opponent. So pretty much triggers the jug gems right then and there. The entourage for this one, it's going to be Mello for black and purple. It's going to be Tori Wilson for another 2 black MP. It's going to be Shinsuke for the health steal again, the 100%er on the back end. And we're going to use Goldberg for an additional juggernaut gem. There is a little oddball, like, setup and trick that you can do to this that doesn't use Goldberg, that does use NWO Hogan, but it's very cascade prone. I will try to showcase that after this, but I'm not expecting much. Same exact thing with the strap. No skill plates here. None that I really think are worth showing. You can put a radical revolutionary plate since we're making black gems and using one black move, but that's just so much extra effort for such a little payout. It doesn't seem worth it to me. We're going to go ahead and try this out against Jade Cargill again. Hopefully we can get the job done. So in this case, our black MP would be loaded. Our purple MP would be at 5. All you need to do for this particular setup is set up a 5 match. There you go. And then you hit your Juggernaut gems, and then you hit your finisher. Now, the issue with this to me is that this isn't going to be enough. Yes, it'll be about 20 million on the health steal and about 10 million on the gem damage. So it's about 31, 32-ish million. It's not very strong is my issue with this setup. All right, so that last one didn't work out like I thought it wouldn't. All we're doing for this one is we changed out Goldberg. We're bringing in Hogan, and I'm going to try that little funky setup that I was talking about before. It's not going to be very friendly for those of you that are prone to cascades, but nevertheless, I do want to try it out. So what you have to do, and it's going to sound really silly, you have to set up a 6 match for a wild card. And those are not the easiest to set up. So like this, for example, would be a 6 match on a wild card. I hate these tremendously because the chance and likelihood of cascading is so severe that it doesn't really amount in being worth the payout. But we're going to try it, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and I'm not going to waste too much more time on this. I'm going to try my best to mitigate whatever possible cascades I might have. And then on top of that, you have to make a 3 match here. Okay? So here's your first 3 match. Boom. You can hit your random Juggernaut gems there. And then you have to swipe this 6 match and hope you don't cascade. Right? So there's your first trigger of the Jug gems. You got to hit your Jug gems again. Then you can reduce all of them. And so now you've hit your life steal not once but twice. Board turns into black gems. Still about the same damage on the pin, but you got to trigger all the leech gems. Sorry, all the Juggernaut gems twice instead of once. So there you go. It works, but again, not great. All right, now for the setup that I think a lot of you are going to want to run, and we can try it without the skill plates, but for the time being, I am honestly so underwhelmed by this, Raquel, that I just don't see why it would be worth trying it without the skill plates. It's going to be the final moves that we have. So we're bringing the running clothesline back in. We're bringing in the fall away slam. Choose a 5x7 area to make into botch gems. And we're bringing in the Tahana bomb. 1 million damage plus 200k bonus damage for every botch gem. And then finisher 1 million damage and choose a 2x7 area to swap into black gems. The entourage for this one, we're keeping Mello. We're keeping Tori, and then we got a double dose of Austin on the back end. We have Alliance Austin for black and botch gems, and we have Stunning Steve for an additional 40% on any color gems. So not too shabby there. However, this is going to be a little bit where things kind of get super rare. So I know some of you don't have Mello, probably don't have Tori, definitely don't have Austin. You're definitely going to hate this one because it includes both the drip plate and the ultimate big botchman skill plate. So the drip plate, whenever you activate a black move, makes 7 random gems into multi-gems of strength 7, and the big botchman, whenever you make 30 or more botch gems, increase all your color gem damage by 300% for 1 turn. So I know that there's going to be a lot of you that don't have all these things, but to me, this is probably the way that she's going to need to work. So again, our purple MP would be at 5, so I'm not really concerned about that. We're going to choose our 5x7 area into botch gems. There you go. That's going to give us our drip plate gems over here. And we're going to go ahead and make I'm thinking if I want to make 2 3-matches or a 5-match. I don't really think it's all that crazy essential. So let's go ahead. You know what? I'll even play it safe. Let's make a 3-match here, taking rid of one of our drip plate gems. And let's go ahead and get rid of that extra that extra loot gem so that we don't cascade. So there you go. And then we can go ahead with our Tahana Bomb. Boom. There's all the bonus damage for the botches, and we can choose over all of these multi-gems into black. And with all of those fixins, she hits for about 48.5 million on top of the 12-ish mil on damage per botch gem. So even with all those things, it's not amazing. She's good with a lot of the fixins, but that's kind of where it stops. Alright, and for those of you that are hating on that last one because it used the drip plate, we can go ahead and swap in the Botchiversary plate. Whenever we make 8 or more botch gems, make 8 random gems into strength 8 multi-gems. So same exact everything else, it's just that we're using the botch anniversary instead of a drip plate. So still doable, still something that you don't need the drip for, but you're probably going to want the drip for instead. So there's your botches, boom, and then we can now make our 5-match here without being concerned that we're going to lose our multi-gems over here. Get rid of the cascade potential on the blues. There you go. You can do your bonus damage per. So from 72.5 mil down to 62 mil, so just around 10 million damage. You wipe out all the times 8s, so you're down to about 40 mil. So it's about a 1 or 2 million damage difference from drip to the Botchiversary plate. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. So there you have it. There's Raquel Rodriguez. You know what? Let's just do this instead. How's that look? That's much better, right? What a flattering picture of Raquel. Nah, I mean, look, realistically, I think her biggest benefit is this trainer. 2 black MP, 75% bleed, additional damage. It's more than King Woods as a coach. This comes with MP, but the downside is that it's a trainer. However, it does give you MP, so maybe there's somebody out there who will utilize this. I think she's okay. I think she fits in as a B tier. I don't think that she's great. I don't think that you're going to want to use her. I don't think that she's very fantastic. I think that the revamped Rhea Ripley Trickster Judgment Day is probably better than her, but that just, it is what it is, you know? Anyway, if you like the video, make sure to like the video. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Share with all your friends that want to see what Raquel is talking about. And leave some comments below. What did you think about the preview? What did you think about her trainer? What did you think about her movesets? Love getting the comments. Respond to every single one of them when I can. But that's enough of me yapping and rambling. Until next time, y'all. Have a good one.